Hello, this is Jeff McDonald from East West Draftcast. I'm here doing a Forcing the Issue draft with Blue-Green Self-Mill. I've joined the 8-4 queue. Hopefully I will move through the first round so you can see multiple rounds. But I will be back with the draft in a little bit. Alright. Alright, I'm back, and here is our pack. So, this has nothing great in it. We actually have the blue-green duel, which will be nice if we can table that. Yeah, by the way, we are forcing blue-green self-mill. This is from our podcast, East West Draftcast. If you check out episode 31, we discussed forcing the archetype, and that is what I'm doing. So here we have Prey Upon, Fortress Crab, to a lesser extent Invisible Stalker as our possible picks here. If I was making a real pick, it would probably be between Invisible Stalker, Prey Upon, and Ghoul Raiser. Most likely between Prey Upon and Invisible Stalker. But for the blue-green self-mill, I will take a Prey Upon. It's a removal spell. It's going to be okay. Hopefully we get to table this Harbor. And, yeah, that'll be that. Now, alright, we're looking alright here. We got a Forbidden Alchemy, which is an excellent card in the deck. It is an enabler, milling ourselves, getting a card, also has the flashback. We're going to want to splash black in this deck because hopefully we will get a spider spawning, and that makes the black splash pretty important. So I will be taking that. Other cards to look at, Hamlet Captain, it's pretty much just a grizzly bear in this deck. Blazing Torch is fine. It's always good in pretty much every deck. One-Eyed Scarecrow, I'll be happy if I table that. Bramble Crush, same thing. This is good enough sideboard card. Out of the other cards that are good, Cathar, best card's probably the Cultist, and everything else pretty mediocre. So I will be taking the Alchemy. Alright. Still looking good. We got two enablers here in Armored Scab and Mulch. Mulch sometimes tables. Hopefully we can table that. It's actually quite good in this deck. It's a pretty mana-hungry deck and puts cards in your graveyard, so it does double duty here. Scab also doing double duty, and it's a nice defensive guy, and also mills E4. So he will be the pick, another Torch to look at, and we are not going to be playing Curse of the Bloody Tome, so... Oh yeah, and there's also Memory's Journey, which actually can be decent in the deck. More of a sideboard card, depending on what happens, but sometimes it's nice to be able to put back some important cards. Alright. Two best cards in the pack, Into the Maw and Morkret Banshee. Not in our colors. That's okay. For the deck, we have Villagers, Ambush Viper, and a Cultist. The 3-drop is generally pretty full of things like this. So I'm not as interested in these compared to this. The 2-drop also full of Mulch and the I'm forgetting the name of it. The Milliken card that mills you and gets you mana. But this is actually quite good in the deck as well because it trades, gets a body in your graveyard, which is what you want. So I'll be taking the Ambush Viper. This is an enabler, but the worst one, so I'm not too sad about passing it here. So this pack is a little less good. Best card is Chapelgeist. Then we have a bunch of... Pilgrim can be better than Geist, depending on your deck. It's generally Geist is going to be better, but the Pilgrim is also pretty good. Amulet's fine. We will want to be splashing black. Crab, probably a little more important because if we can get the mulches, the amulet might not be necessary. So I'm going to take the crab here. Probably never play this card in this deck. This is pretty much only for the Burning Vengeance deck, in my opinion. But alright, now we have Rage Thrower being the best card, and Rebuke probably second best. Then Harvest Pyre, also known as a bunch of cards not in our colors. I don't like Frightful Delusion. Naturalize is fine for the sideboard, and that's Werewolf cards, so I'll take the Naturalize here. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting pick. We have the Mauler, which is a card that likes you milling yourself, which that's what we're doing. But we're kind of going for blue-green, which hopefully we will get the cards that want creatures in your graveyard and to stay in your graveyard. And our other choice is Moon Heron, and I think I like the Heron more, actually, even though this clogs up the board a bit. But it's pretty close. I'm going to take the Heron. You know, having like one of these guys in your deck is cool. That's totally fine. But it's the first pack, and I feel like we might be able to get more here. Here we have Woodland Sleuth and nothing else. This card is not very good in the deck. The random aspect of it makes it pretty bad because you're milling, and you're going to mill a creature you don't really want, a creature you do, and the fact that it's random just makes it a pretty poor card. It's like a 4-mana 2/3 with a very bad upside. That said, I think we're going to take it just for signaling purposes, but I don't like the card. Crossway Vampire, best card in the pack. Oh wow, okay. People don't like this card very much, it seems. I see it table a lot. It's quite good. I mean, it needs the right deck to work, but 2-for-1s are good, and Grizzly Bears are actually good in this format, so you should take these sometimes. Fortress Crab's the only card here, obviously. Alright, we got back the Scarecrow or the Bramble Crush. We have a Naturalize already, so I'm actually not interested in the Bramble Crush, so I will be taking the Scarecrow. And we tabled the Memories Journey. I think there was a mulch that I wanted out of the pack, but oh well. That's just a fog for us. That's not gonna hurt us. That's not gonna hurt us. I'll take the green card. And that's blue, but we're not gonna play it. Alright, let's start hiding. Memories Journey, I'm gonna hide it. It's probably not gonna be main decked. I guess it's possible, but hopefully we don't. Alright, we opened a Boneyard Worm, which was definitely what we want. We have a Murder of Crows here, which is just awesome. It's kind of a bummer they're in the same pack. This is only good pretty much in our deck, so it's very possible to table it. Let's count the playables here. We have 1, to an extent, 2-ish, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hopefully. Meaning that might table. We have the unplayables being the Fury, Land, Blindness, Naturalized Sideboard, and that card actually works in certain decks, but most people don't take it. I'm going to take the Murder. This is hard. Yeah, I'm just going to cross my fingers and hope I table the Worm. Because Murder Crows is an air elemental, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, we have Township, which probably don't want to splash for because we are already thinking of splashing black. Assistant, which isn't it the enabler I was talking about earlier that I forgot the name of, and probably the pick here. Besides that, Lumbernaut's a good card, but not really necessary for the deck. Crew and Outlaw, best card in the pack. So Township and Priest are, I'd say Township's definitely better, but you have to be green-white. Yeah, I'll take the Assistant. Wow. Okay. Mirror Mad Phantasm and Spider Spawning. This is a bummer. Both cards that are just totally insanely awesome in our deck. This one's a mythic compared to an uncommon, so I'm gonna take this. I really hope we can end up with some of these. If we're passing them, that's really bad, but this is just a 5 power flyer that its ability is actually good in, well, so far it's not good in our deck, but we're assuming that it will be good in our deck. I just have to take it here. Yeah, this is sad, but there goes the spawning. Oh wow, okay, Civilized Scholar. We're probably going to wheel this Knot of the Bone, which we really would like to do. Every card in this pack is playable except Ghostly Possession and Memory's Journey and the land. 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, actually, these are the last 2 cards. Well, we're definitely taking the Scholar, but I hope I wheel that Knot of the Bone. Okay. How many creatures? We have 10 creatures so far. This is technically part of the deck. Really pretty much the worst thing. I think I'm gonna grab it here. It's over Villagers or Vigil. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Wreath. Just because I might not table it. I mean, there's Infernal Plunge in the pack. So I'm going to take it because I might want to play it, but boy, do I hope I not play it. Okay, this is good. We got Ambush Viper, like I said before, is nice. Forbidden Alchemy is just better. At this point, once we take this, we really don't need very many more enablers. Maybe 1, maybe 2 more. The rig is awesome, but we're forcing the issue here, so I'm going to take the Alchemy. Okay, it's pretty late Prey Upon. Our Prey Upons are actually pretty terrible in this deck so far. We need some more bigger guys. Hopefully we table that Boneyard Worm. If we do, our deck's looking pretty good. Here, definitely the Wolf over basically nothing. Well, for our deck. That's obviously good, and that's fine. Awesome. Alright, we tabled the Boneyard Worm. Life is good. We're looking okay here. I mean, we have Boneyard Worm and Aretha Geist so far. We're not going to table that Spider Spawning. But hopefully we'll open one later. Citrus Apprentice is fine in pretty much any deck. This one doesn't have any morbid triggers besides Murder of Crows, but that's good enough. I mean, it's protection against removal, all that. Table the Caravan Vigil, that's nice. Probably still wanting to splash black here. Alright, and we're looking good here. We table the Knot of the Bone here. That's awesome. Yeah, nothing more to say about that. So Grave Bramble, huh? This will be fine versus certain decks. Pretty similar to the Scarecrow here. Curse of the Oblivion's actually decent against our deck if we get more of the cards that want creatures in the graveyard. Not great against our deck, but it's a card. Okay, another Boneyard Worm. This is the only card in the pack we want, so we're gonna take it. That's a good card, obviously, but we're not gonna splash it. And I think that is a Spirit. Bummer. Yeah, there's no point in splashing this when there's a boneyard worm in the pack. I mean, we could table it. Do that and that so far. Now we're forcing the issue here. We're gonna take the boneyard worm. Okay. Yeah. Red's been pretty open this whole draft, I think. I haven't been paying much attention because I'm just beelining it for the blue-green, but it's pretty sure it's been pretty open. Yeah, we're not going to take the Brimstone Volley, but definitely the best card in the pack. With Geist Flame maybe even being the second best card in the pack. Spidery Grasp, we don't really need this. We have 2 Prey Pawns already, and the Wreath of Geists, which is not really the same thing, but, you know, it does a similar thing. I'm going to take the Villagers here. It's just a body, nice big guy. He's good with our Prey Pawns. Wow. Murder Crows. I can handle 2 of those. Not much more to say. Dissipate's fine. Not the best in this deck. Like, we like enablers and creatures, and like removal spells. So that's pretty much all we want in the deck. So counterspell's not quite as good. Okay, Silent Departure is awesome. We like to mill that card, and we're happy to see it. Still pretty upset that I didn't get to get that spider spawning, but the Phantasm is just nutty good. Yeah. See, if I was talking about Ghoul Razors this whole time, I could have 3, and 3 Ghoul Razors is quite a beating. But anyway, Reckless Wave, also insane. There is just pretty much nothing in the pack. I'm going to take this Travel Preparations. We're not going to play 2 Caravan Vigils. And this card's really good, and it's possible we could play it. I don't think so, though. But yeah, I don't see us splashing white here. Ooh, a Knot of the Bone. That's cool. Burning Vengeance, always super amounts of fun. Yeah, I'm going to take the Knot of the Bone here. Probably not going to main deck it, but happy to side it in for some aggressive strategies. 2 Burning Vengeance in a row. Bunch of nothing. Not going to play this card, not going to play this card, so let's take the quote-unquote best card in the pack, which I guess is Rakashare. Ooh. We have 2 Boneyard Worms and a Wreath of Geist. That's our stuff that does stuff in the graveyard. So I think Scab Goliath's actually fine in the deck, because we really don't have that much that we care that we're hurting. And it's a big-ass creature, so taking it. Yep, taking the spiders, not much else to say. Don't think I need to play something like this, especially with only the 3 things. I'm not going to need a dead card like that. Corpse Lunge is the best card, so I'll take it. Killer Catch! Not great, but oh well. And this is the Bastard of the Werewolf pack. I will grab him. Deprivation is actually pretty good in the control deck. A lot of creatures that kind of just are all about attacking that you can just shut down with 1 mana. It's kind of cool. Alright, moving on to deck building. This will be a pretty easy one to build, I think. We do have a lot of cards to choose from, but we're just going with these massive flyers for the win, as well as our Boneyard Worms and maybe that enchantment. So let's see here. Silent Departure, definitely. Stitcher's Apprentice, probably. Let's move this down a bit. Memories Journey is probably no. Deranged Assistant, definitely yes, 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 yes. Those are our enablers. At least one crab, maybe the second. Repetition, definitely not. Moon Heron, yeah. Phantasm, crows. Goliath is... I mean, it seems ridiculous to put it in the maybe pile, I know, but it really is a maybe. I mean, it does harm the boneyard worms quite a bit, so I'm pretty sure we're going to play it, but let's look at what else we got here. Wreath of Geists, that's a maybe too. This stuff out of the way. Whoa. Whoa. Where did our green cards go? Okay. Oh, this is caught on camera. That's funny. I'm gonna restart. Now let me pause the recording. Okay, I'm back, and the green cards are back, but everything's been moved out of here. Okay, let's try this again. I'm not gonna play this. Yes, that's pretty much a no. Yep. No, yes, maybe, yes, maybe. Caravan Vigil, that's in the maybes. Prey Upon, Wreath of Geists, in the maybes. Travel Prep, I'm almost positive that's not in. Ambush Viper, Naturalize not in. Definitely not in. At least one Knot of the Bone. Villagers, Brambles not in, Sleuths not in, Spider's a maybe, Kindercatch I guess is a maybe. Okay, we have 20 cards here, we need to add 14 creatures. Gonna want more than 14 creatures, I think. Scarecrow is actually fine. It's, you know, slows down the clock of the Flyers deck by quite a bit, and there's a lot of bears that it blocks quite nicely. But we do want to block, and Fortress Crab is the best blocker, so we will put that in first. Now we're up to 15 creatures. Fortress Crab actually holds a Wreath of Geists quite well. We have 2 in the deck, as well as some Flyers that like it as well. So I think we're going to play it. I've never actually played it in this deck. I mean, it's an aura. You know exactly why I would be skeptical to play it. But luckily, there's less instant speed removal in the set. So if anything, this will at least probably get in one attack. But we'll see. Probably don't want a 5-drop. Don't actually know if we care about splashing black for these flashback. I don't think we need to. I mean, generally the black splash is for the spider spawning, so I think we're going to skip out on that. I think I'm going to throw in Scab Goliath. Another finisher, another card that likes Wreath of Geists. Yeah. I mean, having one Scab in your deck, it is the Scab that gets rid of 2 creatures, which is kind of a bummer, but having one in your deck is fine, and truthfully, I would rather have this be the 4-drop. I'd rather that be there. But, you know, oh well. Let's add some land. What do they suggest? 11/6, that's gotta be wrong. Let's see, we do have 3 double blue spells. The Boneyard Worms are actually closer to, like, 4 drops, because you play them after you play a Scab or an Alchemy. And the Wolf and the Viper want to be dropped on turn 2. Prentice is cool there as well, but not necessary. Assistant wants to be dropped on turn 2 as well. This doesn't need to be early. Yeah, I don't think we need that many blue spells, or blue lands. I think we can go 9/8. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Alright, people. This is the deck. I did draw the... I mean, we forced it, so you can't expect it to be totally awesome. This could have been oops. This could have been a spider spawning. I think it's correct as it is. So... yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with the deck. It's not the best thing I've ever seen for this archetype, but it's fine, and hopefully it will perform well. So I'll see you for round 1.